Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Gugu and I'm here with the love of my life,
Kearabilwe,
and we are
your favorite queer couple.
So today we are doing a video on why you haven't met the love of your life. But a quick disclaimer is that we know that life is complicated and there are probably many layered reasons why, and we're just simplifying it and it's just our opinion.
That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
And we know that for some people, they won't resonate with these reasons, and the reason is genuinely just time and the universe just feeling like it's not your time and you just have to wait for it. For those who are looking for romantic love. Okay. So the first one is you're shallow.
Shallow!
So with that, what we mean is that like you care more about the appearance of a person and you focus on that, and you don't focus on maybe the soul of the person, the spirit, the energy of the person, and then you miss out on actually finding out who you connect with, who you're compatible with, who you click with, you know what I mean?
I think like everyone has a level of, being shallow when you're going in and you're going to look for someone that you'd like to, have a romantic relationship with. Yeah. But some people take it too far.
And also, even if you, we all have it, but it's important to unlearn that.
Yes.
And to call yourself out when you're doing it and be like, oh, I'm not attracted to this person because right now I'm being shallow and I'm not focusing on what actually matters. Because are you actually going to date someone because they look good to you? With the second one, is actually very linked to the first one, and it is you're problematic.
So I think when we say you're problematic, like all of us have at one point in time, or most people at some point in their lives, you have been this type of problematic. But unfortunately, we have a whole lot of adults that are still, still so problematic. Yeah. So, and hence, basically, then you haven't really unlearned that, and then you still, unfortunately, haven't met the love of your life.
Yeah,
right?
So that might mean maybe you're fatphobic, you're racist, you are colorist, you
xenophobic.
You're ableist, you have some sort of prejudice. So it might be like you feel like for me, for example, because I am femme, I'm a femme body, and when I'm in relationships with maybe people that are masculine presenting, society might expect me to be attracted to someone who's taller than me, because being taller is associated with masculinity. And it's like, if you're gonna date someone who's shorter than you, then are you really it's as if you're not femme enough, or it plays on your feminist. So for example, maybe if I had played into that and if I had those societal standards, I would not have dated the good sis right here because she's shorter than me.
For me, how I was problematic, and in that sense was, I think societally, I'll start by what society would have put onto me, and it's just the opposite of Google. Society would have expected me to date someone shorter than myself. But because I'm a smart girl and I realized that, hey man, I'm a short one, and literally the people are tall out here, that really didn't matter. But how I used to be very problematic was I was very fatphobic. I was very fatphobic in a sense of there was a certain weight that I was willing to take. That I was like, no, this type of weight, whatever. But as I thought about it, it came back also to masculinity. You feel like, okay, in certain spaces, people are like, oh, you must be able to pick up your partner, you must be able to, you know what I mean? And then when you think of, for me, partly, when I thought of someone who was heavier than me, I just thought I won't be able to perform those type of things, and therefore that would kind of make me less thingy. But I've grown out of it. Obviously, if like Gugu now. I can't go and date someone who's fat to prove to the world that I'm not fatphobic anymore.
Yeah,
but it's just that
like you've unlearned
I've unlearned that, and I can recognize that like fat women as like, wow, they're beautiful. And if in that sense, I can see them as a potential partner. And I think that's the point of the video. Like, who do you see as a potential? And if you don't see people as a potential based on certain things, then you have to unlearn that.
Yeah, basically. For sure. And I just feel like being problematic, it also just limits your pool. Like genuinely, like there's so many people that you might potentially connect with, fall in love with, literally be so happy with, but because you're like, no, this person must be tall, they must have a small nose, they must be light skinned, or like it's just all those things that like you are literally cutting off amazing, beautiful human beings. And like unfortunately, like that's gonna take you finding love. So it's gonna take so long, you know what I mean? Or you might not find love.
And I think like touching on the colorist thing, I know for a lot of people, even subconsciously, you don't recognize that, oh, my partners have such a similar, or have had such a similar shade, you know what I mean? And like, oh,
you must think about that.
And mostly we do know that it's usually against people who are darker. It's like,
especially if you're dating like femme people. So like if you're dating, let's say, men or masculine presenting people, you usually would be like, I want him to be dark skinned. So because you associate that with masculinity and like strength and like, oh my god, and that's also like problematic.
And then most people now, if you're masculine, most people want them light. You want, her with a specific type of body, specific type of shade. And even when you do tap into darker women, you want them also looking a certain way,
like Eurocentric features, for sure.
And being xenophobic as well. Like, I'm South African, and I'll say that we are very xenophobic in a sense of like, if someone is from a particular country, a country that's outside of you, like, we are fine with dating someone who's from America, you're like, woo! But then once you start tapping into the African countries, now that's a problem, you know what I mean, for people around you and even for yourself. So, and I think that's wrong. You're missing out on so much.
You wouldn't have dated me.
I really wouldn't have. And another one is being tribalist, whereas within South Africa, like a Zulu maybe will be like, I won't date a Tswana person, or vice versa and stuff like that, and limiting things. And Gugu and I were talking about it. You limit and you remove people from your pool based on things that they they had no control over.
But also things that like, do they matter? Like in terms of you actually connecting with someone, like you making them matter so much, but do they matter? So the third one is you have abantu bazotini syndrome. So that means you care about what people think, whether it's your parents, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family. Like, you are so pressed, and that's all you are. Like, when you're looking for potential love or potential romantic partner, like that's what you're focused on. Like, what will they think, instead of like internally, what do I think, what do I feel, what's gonna make me happy, what do I connect with, what, you know what I'm saying?
And I think if you can see, like, you being shallow and you being problematic is very inward things, very eye-centric, very whatever. And number 3 is very outward, right? It's taking in people's opinions. And it's small things, like it's things that when you were raised, your family maybe put put certain things on you, like, ooh, when utonyala doctor, you know what I mean? And then now your whole life
you're looking for a doctor, honey. You are there at the medical school.
You know what I mean? Maybe that doctor isn't for you. You know what I mean?
Maybe your soulmate isn't a doctor, and that's okay.
Yeah, and I think when you're going to pick a partner, it is very important to pick a partner for you. Pick up, because you stay with that person. Hallelujah. You're gonna sleep with that person.
Oh, honey.
You're gonna wake up in the flat and have to look at them, spend time with them, whatever. So your family is genuinely not going to spend as much time with your partner as you are. And I think, and even as kids, don't be afraid to disappoint your parents on things that are really fundamentally like about you, because if they love you, they should love you when you're happy. Like, they should want that happiness for you,
honey.
So regardless of whether it's a he or she, a different gender, a different race, a different whatever tribe, I believe that the purpose of a parent is to welcome whoever is making their child happy.
Yep.
That's
and
the
if they're
purpose.
not, you know what, that's okay too, but as long as you're happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I feel like don't ever turn down love or turn down a partner based on, asimthandi, why
you get to love them, but also you get to love them. It's fine. It's okay. I'll give you time.
So I think I feel like a lot of people and a lot of queer people as well. I know straight people and stuff, but a lot of queer people, you scared. You know what I mean? Just to love who you want to love.
Yeah.
Because
and
of
that's
that.
valid.
And it's valid, but trust and believe. Hey, humonati gafa, guys. Like, umandi apa.
The fourth one is you're rigid.
Yeah.
So what we mean by that is that you're not flexible and open in your thinking. Yeah. So how you see a relationship structure or how you see relationships or how they should function is very rigid and maybe is according to maybe traditions, what your parents taught you or what you've seen on rom-coms. You know, for example, you might be like, I can't live with my partner before we get married. We must have 50 dates before we kiss and touch. Or like any rigid things.
My partner the first date on the first date.
So it needs to be a monogamous relationship. When you know for sure you're not a monogamous person. And maybe you should try polyamory. You know what I mean?
And be open about it. And I think like being rigid is also something that is really like stems from where you were raised and how you were raised and how you saw things happening. Like I was telling Gugu, like some people, they won't take their partner out on a first date. Like let's say we'll be chatting and then I won't initiate a first date or whatever, and already then that turns other people off because it's like, how now you're just gonna be like, hey, come to my room, address. You see, so such things also, how you approach and who you present yourself in this dating game as well really does play a big factor into whether you'll meet that love of your life or not, and you being rigid and you coming in wanting to put down what you think is important onto another person as well is a no. A lot of people will come in, they idolize their parents' marriage, and maybe as a male you want someone like your mom because when you saw that marriage between your parents, you thought it was perfect and therefore you want your mom. But there's so much we don't know about our parents' marriages that you can't go take that and ride with them.
I don't think you can idolize anything. Also, even if it's a rom-com, your parents, whatever relationships you saw growing up, I think it's important to structure your relationship for you. Like you need to internally build from scratch and not put any restrictions or reference anything. Like obviously as human beings we reference a lot of things, but it's important to also put in yourself in there. Like basically remix it, make it your own. If your parents were like, we never kissed before we went on 50 dates, that's cool too. But after my first date, if I'm comfortable kissing someone and I feel it within myself and I feel the energy and I feel like I want to do A, B, C, D, F, G, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Literally structure it for you. If you want to be in a relationship with 3 people and all those 3 people know and they're okay with it, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah.
So basically, the point of this video is not to attack people. I think the point of this video, as all of our videos, it's our opinion, but also for me and I think my partner is to get people thinking. Sit down and really question, why is this thing important to me? Why when I say I am looking for a partner, is my list so important? Why are these elements so important? And then number 2, guys, if you've had the same list, same requirements for quite some time, and you find that, it's not producing, I'm not finding what I want, I think it is time to cast your net onto the other side. And here I would like to reference, and other side, I'm not meaning other now you straight, I'm not meaning that. I'm just saying to fumble up
different types of people.
Different types of people. And here I would really like to reference the story in the Bible, ladies and gentlemen.
Not the Bible, child.
The Bible.
She's bringing in the Bible.
But it's it's very relevant. I think it was Peter, and they were fishing. I guess they were fishermen.
Yeah.
And when Jesus came to them, they had not been catching fish for quite some time.
Uh-huh.
And then he told them, no, man.
Uh-huh.
Cast your nets on the other side.
The other side.
And
as
then
fish.
how?
And then what happened?
It got full. But
I haven't been reading the Bible.
So how about if there are plenty of fish in the sea?
They don't mean just fish by the same place forever. No, they won't be fish.
Exactly.
Let me tell you.
So please continuously cast your nets on the different sides.
Yeah,
learn and unlearn. You understand? Remove your problematicness and trust me.
honey.
Open up.
I think honestly.
Open it up. Do not limit yourself.
If you live with anything today, just open up your what?
Your pool.
Thank you.
Cast your nets on the
like
other side.
Cast your nets. She sounds like a pastor.
And the last point.
What's the last point?
You think you're straight.
Oh, child, this is a heavy one. This is an accurate one. I think some people, honestly, I'm not saying you're wrong, but at the end of the day, like it has been ingrained in us from day one. You're heterosexual. From the day you're born, your parents are like, as a girl, your parents will be like, yo, when I find you have a nice son, they should get married. All of that stuff. So you need to go now within yourself, reflect, question, and explore what is my sexuality. Am I straight? And sometimes, let me tell you, you'll find out that you're not. You just aren't. And maybe that's why you haven't found the love of your life. You're looking at the wrong gender. Yep.
Yeah, but I think quite important, like Gugu and I spoke about this, there's a difference between people who think they're straight and people who know they're straight.
Yeah.
And it takes you questioning and being like, okay, what do I like? Who do I like? Is it important that they come in a certain type of body, in a certain type of form? Or are these things that are important to me? I don't care whether it's a girl, boy, you understand what I mean? But also very important that I'd like to put out there is that you exploring doesn't mean that now you must go kiss people in the clubs, go now and hurt other people.
No.
Again, exploring can be within.
That's not why, exactly.
That's why, Baholo, that's why we journal. Understand? That's why we have friends.
Internal work.
Exactly.
Is with you, yourself, and yourself.
So we're not giving people the go ahead now to go hurting people.
That's not what I mean by explore your sexuality. And I think when people say explore your sexuality, some people think it means that if let's say you're a girl, you know, and you've been dating men, now you must go kiss girls. And it's like you are messing with lesbian women's lives. Stop it. Like, exploring yourself can be you with yourself, literally thinking, reflecting. That's what I meant. So yes, for sure.
So guys, and that's honestly, it takes a lot of work. So always be intentional. That's my thing in life. If you're intentional, trust and believe what is meant for you will come to you. You understand? So sit down. Guys, love is good. Love is nice. You know, whatever form of relationship is important to you, it will come. You understand? Not everyone wants a romantic relationship, and we recognize that. But I truly hope, and my partner and I will hope that if you do enter in one, that it's a good one, that it's one that will
It's a healthy
one, one that will bring joy, one that will bring laughter, and one that will bring a lot of growth. And that means you need to enter into relationships intentionally.
Question everything.
Question everything. And be happy, guys. Jolang man. Hobe monate. You know? And that's it from us. It was just a hello. It was a goodbye. It was zamang lona khana. And let us know, you know, down in the comments, type bang man. You know, when you're like, hey, I thought about it. Actually, you're right. Or you're wrong. But let us know. We'd love to know. And that's it from us, your favorite queer couple.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye, guys.